Uh, yeah. So before we start, I'd like to mention a little bit about Toastmasters. Toastmasters was an organization started in 1924 with the goal of imparting leadership skills through different exercises and practices, where people come deliver speeches and give speeches, and also give impromptu speeches as well. Uh, it is headquartered in Colorado and has around approximately 3 lakh members. Before we proceed, I'd like to mention a few ground rules. What you see on left and right is called the Indian Jugaad system. We have the our stage set to the left and right, and towards my friend, you have a small stick where you have to stand right behind it, so you are visible to the online audience. I would request everybody to not talk about sex, politics, and religion, as these are sensitive topics. If you have not switched off your phone, I would kindly request to take a few seconds off to do the same. You can either keep it on silent or switch it off as however you please. Towards my left is the washroom, and towards the right is the water cans and the vending machine, which you may die off. Uh, Apart from that, when a speaker is speaking, I would request you not to talk amongst yourself. If you have to take a call or talk amongst yourself, you can go back out of the meeting arena. Yeah, this is the rules for the this one. Before that, I would like to now pass it on to the president of the club, Toastmaster Akshay.
Good afternoon, everyone. How's everyone feeling? Great. I feel like the weather is at the perfect balance of just the right amount of enjoyable. But at the same time, if it gets any gloomier, it's probably going to be a little bit disastrous for a roof like this. So hopefully it doesn't rain. For those of you who are unaware, but as I can see, most of you are aware, Toastmasters is an organization where we simply come to this stage to become better communicators and better leaders. How many of you in this room want to become better communicators and better leaders? Raise your hands. All of us, right? So we're all here with the united purpose of becoming better speakers, better communicators, better leaders. So on that note, I would like to reiterate once again, welcome to meeting number 17 of Bright Hearts Toastmasters. We have a special meeting lined up for us today. One of the veterans of the fraternity, Ramlal sir, is going to be addressing all of us very shortly. In addition to that, we also have an exciting table topics contest. That's right. For the first time since the area contest, we're going to be having members of Bright Hearts battle it out for improvisational supremacy. So once again, may I have a raise of hands from all the contestants who are participating today for the table topics contest? Keep your hands raised. Usha, Twinshu, Sampreet, Sneha, Rawful, Bulbul, all the very best. May the best woman or man win. In addition to that, we will also be having the installation ceremony of the incoming executive committee of Bright Hearts Toastmasters. That is the executive committee that will be serving from January to June of 2025. Now, I'm not going to talk more about that. We do have our area director in attendance who will be facilitating that segment. Before I begin, I would like to have the one guest in the room today. If you can come up front, Vasundhara, don't worry. It's going to be very simple. Okay, it seems like she needs some encouragement. So why don't we all give a big cheer to Vasundhara as she comes to the stage. Let's hear for Vasundhara. Don't worry, Vasundhara. You do not have to talk that much. I promise.
You want to read again?
Huh?
You read again?
No, I don't know.
Okay. You're clearly nervous.
Yeah.
That was evident when you looked at Ruchi.
Kind of, yeah.
Trust me, Vasundhara, we have all been there. In fact, all of us in this room have been there. Isn't that right? Myself included as well. But the purpose of this platform is for us to break out of that shell. So I know you're nervous. I'm not going to bombard you with the humongous request of delivering a huge speech. So I'll make it simple. In one word, how do you feel right now?
Nervous. Nervous.
Nervous. Okay. Are you excited for what is to come?
Yes.
Great. And now you have to use a sentence. How would you sum up your thoughts about Ruchi becoming the incoming Vice President of Membership of Bright Hearts Toastmasters?
That would be very great. She becoming the vice president.
I agree. Ruchi is one of the pillar stones of Bright Hearts Toastmasters. So once again, it's great to have you continue in the role of Vice President of Membership. Now, Vasundhara, with your consent, would you also like to share a few words with the audience, if you don't mind? Maybe a bit about yourself, who you are, what do you do? And then I promise you, I'll let you go. And you know, you're getting VIP treatment today because usually we have to accommodate a lot of guests, but today it's just you. So all eyes are on you. But don't worry, just feel free, chill, just tell us, right? Naturally, who you are, what are you doing here, and what would you like to see happen today? Sounds good? No pressure. Very simply.
So my name is Vasundhara. I'm basically from Bangalore. I'm working in BPO right now for almost 5 years. So I do stay near that Kerpuram kind of place. So
Okay. Thank you so much. You can take your seats. Thank you, Vasundhara. First of all, you mentioned you've been working for 5 years in, I didn't quite catch that. BPO, Bharat Petroleum? Oh, it's a type of organization. Does the organization have a name? Learning Curve. Alorica. Nice. And what do you do? Like, what is your specialization?
US,
Mhm.
and we basically for members who were on the patient part, they call us and say that they want to go there and provide us like callers that so and so treatment they are taking. So please be under the number or your.
Interesting. I bought a Crocin yesterday. Can you reimburse this for me? Only for patients. US patients. So I have to move to the US to get a reimbursement on a Crocin advance, which costs 50 rupees. Noted. But thank you so much. Once again, let's hear it for Vasundhara one more time. And all jokes aside, again, the first time you come on stage, speak, I know the nerves, but let this be the first of many times. Because to be confident, to embrace yourself on the stage is a huge step, right? And it's something which, as you go along that journey, it becomes even more satisfying. And I'm sure a lot of the members can attest to that, right? So keep working at it. And if you're looking for a Toastmasters club, don't just join any Toastmasters club, join the right club, because the right way is the bright way. On that note, I'd like to declare meeting 17 open. And now may I please begin by introducing the Toastmaster of the day. Now, Karnataka comprises of two Toastmasters districts, District 92 and District 121. Both of these districts collectively are home to about roughly 5,500 members. So do the math. One district would have how many members then? 2,750-ish, right? Now imagine being so prolific and wonderful a speaker that out of 2,750 members of District 92, you have been crowned as the District International Speech Contest Champion out of so many members across Karnataka. That is a accomplishment held by our Toastmaster of the day for today, the champion of the district in 2022 in International Speech Contest, a distinguished Toastmaster, a three-time district contest winner, and one of the most humble, sweet, and caring women you will ever have the privilege of meeting. Give a big round of applause for the Toastmaster of the day, distinguished Toastmaster Arundhati Basu.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Akshay. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Very nice. It's just very natural for the weather to play a part in the energy you might have in today's meeting. I must admit, it's been one of the most relaxing weathers in so far this year. So pleasant. But on that note, we've got a bright road ahead at Bright Hearts today. Ladies and gentlemen, let's begin with this. How many of you, at some point in your life, any point in your life, gave picking up a new skill a go? Any new skill, a hobby, just a passion? Some are still doubtful. Right. So when you pick up a new skill, can any of you tell me what's the reason that you chose to pick up that skill, that hobby? What was your reason? Physical well-being, okay. Challenging yourself. Mental well-being, Arnav. Your crush used to do it, sure. Self-improvement, perfect. Yes, Neil. To have fun, brilliant. So, grow in career, which means we all, whenever we picked up this skill, this hobby, whatever it is, we had a purpose as to what it could be. Could be physical, mental, self-improvement, well-being of just ourselves, or a reason as strong as Arna's that your crush was also pursuing it. Sure, works. But point is, we had a purpose. Now, let's say you decided you've got to pick that up. What's the next step that you would take to pick up that hobby, that skill? Learn about it, research, yes. Be consistent. It feels great for that to come from you, Sampreet. Well done. Anything else? Yes, Anna. Get a teacher or mentor. Great point. Anything else? Find like-minded people. Brilliant. Right. So we all know what we do when we pick up a hobby, a skill that we want to learn. We research about it. We find like-minded people, mentor, be consistent. In short, you have a plan. You have a plan as to, okay, my goal is to learn hobby A. How am I going to do it? Today's meeting, in order to ensure that by the end of today's meeting, we all find our bright road ahead. We're going to use today's meeting to plan for that bright road ahead in the most productive manner we can. And I'll tell you how to go about it. Before we do that, I'd like to tell, for the benefit of our only guest in the room, but also Toastmasters, that typically a Toastmaster meeting has prepared speech, which is speeches from the educational curriculum, a table topic segment, which is impromptu speaking, and finally, an evaluation segment, which provides feedback to all participants. Today, alongside all these three, we also have special segments in the form of installation ceremony, a member induction ceremony, and a table topic in the form of a contest. So that's what today's meeting is going to unfold. That's Toastmasters' way of ensuring that there's a bright road ahead for anybody who chooses to be a Toastmaster. Now, for all the members in the room, also Toastmasters who are not members of Bright Heart, but just members of the fraternity, as well as for our guests, this is what I want everyone to do. Can you all log in to bit.ly/BHTM goals, GOALS. link on the screen, bit.ly BHTM goals. Can we all just log in? Don't fill in anything yet. Just log in and give me a thumbs up if the form has opened for you. Very nice. I think a lot of people, just give 5 seconds more for anybody who's still logging in. Twinshu, you've got it? Money, are you in? Very nice. Okay. Right. So the first thing, of course, very simple. So this form, now just for context setting, today we will define our goals as Toastmasters, as members of Bright Hearts. We'll define our goals under 5 pillars. Pathways, the educational curriculum of Toastmasters. Public speaking, something that we've all, somewhere or the other, come here to achieve. Leadership, because that's forward looking. You need not only be a manager at a corporate, but leadership to me is a life skill. Networking, how can we make the best out of this forum that we have in hand? And very finally, mentorship, getting mentored ourselves and also aiming to be of help to other fellow members. We'll do one section at a time and you get enough time to put in your response. I'll give you context for everything we need to do. But to get ourselves started, let's do the first part. And the first part's simple. You put in your name, your own name, and what is your purpose of joining Toastmasters? What are you aiming to pick up from this platform? You've got a bunch of options. Feel free to select as many as you want. But please keep that in mind. Be mindful of the purpose you're selecting. I'll give you 30 seconds to choose your answers. You can select as many as you want, as long as you're mindful of it. You're not selecting it just because the option's there. That's something you genuinely want to achieve, right? So we give 30 seconds. As it, there's no submit. So we'll keep this form going on through the meeting. We'll be using the same form. So can you give me a thumbs up if you're done with the purpose? Okay. Very nice. So all of us have got through the purpose. So we'll do one more section before moving on to our first segment. Now let me give you a little bit context before you go ahead and choose your option. The first segment is about pathways. Pathways, like we all know, but also for the benefit of our new members, is the educational curriculum that is provided and presented by Toastmasters International. It's global in nature and accessible to all members worldwide. There are 6 specialized paths under Pathway, which are curated to help you develop and achieve those skill sets that you've joined Toastmasters to achieve, alongside you being mentored by someone who helps you achieve it. So today, what we are going to do is in 2 parts. You could be a member who's already gone through the Toastmasters assessment procedure and chosen a path for yourself. Or you could be a member who's fairly new and is yet to choose a path. If you are a member who's already chosen a path, we have 2 simple questions for you. You tell us what are the things you want to achieve through those paths. There are 5 levels which compasses of about 15 speeches. What are the things you want to pick up through those speeches? And how many speeches you aim to deliver in the next 6 months in a range between 2 to 10. Now, before you get ambitious and say 10 is the upper limit, I'm going 10, I'd like you to pause and think, put it realistically, something that matches your bandwidth, something you can actually achieve. For a new member, questions are similar, but what we do with your responses, we'll help you choose the right path. So go for it. Go and fill segment 2 or section 2 of the form on your pathways goal. For the guest in the room, Akshay. Hello Akshay, welcome to the meeting. Akshay, you can also do this because we've had a conversation. You look forward to participating in Toastmasters. So bit.ly, you've got the form? Yeah. So go ahead and fill that, Akshay, per whatever you understand for now, and we'll help you from there on. Again, I give you 30 seconds to complete it. Could you give me a thumbs up if you've got done with your responses? I see some members are still responding, so we'll give about 10 seconds more. Abhishek and Sampreet, is there something that I can help you with? Feel free to ask any specific questions that you have, any response that does not make sense, or if you suddenly found a skill set that you didn't know you could pick up through pathways. More than happy to clarify. Yes, Deepak.
Looks like it is same signal questions which is there in the online by selecting the pathway.
That's right. So, Deepak, thank you for that question. What Deepak asked is the questions look a little similar to the online assessment. That's right, Deepak. So, the online assessment, once you take it, helps you choose your path. This is an information we are collecting to help remind you what you're trying to achieve through your path and also help you achieve those skills, but very similar ones. That's right. Very nice. I'm going to assume that all of us have done section 2. We'll go through all the sections through today's meeting, and any questions in any point, more than happy to help. On that note, I'd firstly like, although we get a huge opportunity to listen from him, but like to acknowledge the presence of distinguished Toastmaster Ramlal sir in the room. Thank you, Ramlal sir. Thank you for joining us today. Ladies and gentlemen, we now move on to our first segment, which is the officer installation segment. To facilitate this, we have an individual who's a corporate professional, leads a team as a project manager, and beautifully utilizes all of her other me time to participate in Toastmasters and raise her growing sons. What absolutely stood out to me from her introduction is she constantly strives to become a better version of herself every day. A very well-accomplished Toastmaster who's been the past president of HSR Toastmasters, a path breaker, a club sponsor of our very own Bright Hearts Toastmaster, and an area director. Her bright road ahead this year alongside Toastmasters would be to enroll for an executive MBA program in 2025. Please help me welcome our installing officer, our very own area director, Toastmaster Chandrama Dharmaraj.
Good evening, Toastmasters.
Good evening.
We have gathered here today for the installation ceremony of Bright Hearts Toastmasters Club. It's time for a change of guard in the club. It's my honor to serve as the installation officer and install the incoming club officers for the term January 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2025. Before I start the installation procedure, may I request the outgoing club officers to rise wherever they are seated as I call out the names. Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Rauful Azam. Club Associates, Toastmaster Neville Shah, Prabsimran Kaur, and Vishnu Pradeep. Treasurer, Toastmaster Bulbul Bansal. Secretary, Toastmaster Pranjal Anand. Vice President Public Relations, Toastmaster Arna Gupta. Vice President Membership, Toastmaster Ruchi Jain. Vice President Education, Distinguished Toastmaster Arundhati Basu. President Toastmaster Akshay Abraham Oman. Dear officers, you have had a successful term and you should be extremely proud for serving the members of the club magnificently in your respective offices. On behalf of Bright Hearts Toastmasters Club, District 121 and Toastmasters International, I appreciate you for your hard and successful work this term. A few of the achievements by this club were: membership increased from 21 to 31 members within 4 months of chartering the club. Representation of the club at area, division, and district events. 1 area level winner in the evaluation contest and 1 area level runner-up in the table topics contest. Today, with Toastmaster Mani Kumar's pathbreaker speech, Bright Hearts lands up at 4 distinguished club points. I hereby discharge you from all further duties and responsibilities of your respective office. Please give the outgoing officers a round of applause for the wonderful service they have rendered to this club. You may take your seat. As I call your name, I request the elected officer to walk up to the stage and stand next to me, one by one, starting from the SAA to the president. I also request the audience to please withhold the applause till the installation ceremony is concluded. Club Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Mani Kumar. He is one of those successful people who loves to listen more than talk. His hobbies include listening to music, audiobooks, and podcasts. Mani recently was a panel moderator conducting an engaging panel discussion with an incredible group of veteran Toastmasters for his penultimate project in his pathways. Associate Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Rauful Azam. He is the 3rd charter member from Andhra Pradesh who enjoys sharing motivational thoughts and long rides on his bike. He is a data scientist on the weekdays and a budding public speaker on the weekends. He transformed his weakness to a strength by scoring highest in mathematics and continues with the same spirit in Toastmasters. Club Treasurer Toastmaster Vishnu Pradeep. In absentia, hailing from God's own country, Kerala, Vishnu has earned himself fame with his captivating speeches and performances in the club contests, speechathon, and roles in regular meetings. He loves yoga and dance for fitness. He would be challenging himself to learn guitar and violin soon. Club Secretary Toastmaster Neville Shah. He is the gleeful Gujarati of Bright Hearts, whose life's purpose is to discover himself through Vipassana meditation and to spread love and compassion. He has created waves in his Toastmasters journey by winning the table topics contest at the club level, advancing to area, and finishing as the runner-up. Associate Secretary Toastmaster Anmol Rao. He loves to engage his brains and let creative juices flow. One who recently joined the Toastmasters fraternity, who attends improv and wishes to host events. He is into calisthenics and regular at the gym. He is all set to try ragi mudde and prawn ghee roast, together with his stint in the executive committee of Toastmasters. Club Vice President, Public Relations, Toastmaster Arna Gupta. The youngest member at Bright Hearts, at 18, she loves conversations, baking, and crocheting. She's excited about her Toastmasters journey in Bright Hearts, has played key roles in Day 1 celebrations, Bright Fest, and has won the table topic contest at HSR Toastmasters milestone meeting. Associate Vice President, Public Relations, Toastmaster Abhishek Mishra. He is a foodie by hobby, looks forward not only to cooking, but also exploring Toastmasters in the journey that recently begun. His strength is to bring structure in chaos, and he's all set to use it in his role in the executive committee this term. Club Vice President membership, Toastmaster Ruchi Jain. This girl from Delhi loves putting herself in new experiences with people and places. Her current hobbies are yoga, meditation, and reading. She was the runner-up at the Elevate Speechathon contest held at Bright Hearts. She has actively participated in the club contest, was the contest master at the area contest, and has done various roles in her Toastmasters journey so far. Associate Vice President membership, Toastmaster Malan Tokcham. She loves watching movies and going for salsa socials during weekends. An animal lover with 2 cats and 4 babies, she's just embarked on her Toastmasters journey with Bright Hearts. Club Vice President Education, Distinguished Toastmaster Arundhati Basu. Hailing from the city of joy, Kolkata, the co-founder of Bright Hearts is the woman without whom Bright Hearts wouldn't exist. A past District 121 finance manager, District 92 champion in ISC table topics evaluation, her milestones in Toastmasters are myriad. She enjoys adventure sports and creating DIY items at home. She has never tasted jackfruit in her life, and that's one of her resolutions this year. Club President, Toastmaster Akshay Abraham Women. The co-founder of Bright Hearts, the man without whom Bright Hearts wouldn't exist. The first charter member of Bright Hearts who loves to read, run, play video games, and participate in karaoke. He is an avid bibliophile who runs his own book club. District contest podium finisher for 5 years in a row since 2020. He is the reigning District 121 International Speech Contest Champion, District 121 Speech Evaluation Contest Champion 2022-2023. An interesting fact about him is he's never worn short hair in almost a decade. Thank you, Toastmasters. Fellow Toastmasters, I am here to install the officers of the Bright Hearts Toastmasters Club and to prepare them for the challenges that lie ahead. As a team, their collective challenge is to make the club strong and dedicated to helping people from all walks of life speak in an effective manner, listen with sensitivity, and passionately lead to help many individuals. As they work towards Toastmasters International's club mission, each officer is obligated to attend club executive committee meetings, attend district-sponsored club officer training program, prepare a successor for his or her respective office. As I briefly describe the challenges she or he would meet and the responsibilities she or he must fulfill, I request each officer to step forward, hold the gavel as a symbol of leadership, and take the oath by saying, "I will." Club Sergeant at Arms and Associate Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Mani Kumar and Toastmaster Rahul Azam, please hold the gavel and step forward. As Sergeant at Arms, your responsibilities include arrange the meeting room, maintain club equipment in working order, ensure that adequate club supplies are available, set up the room before the meeting begins, make sure that all relevant educational and PR materials are displayed, attend to special equipment needs, greet guests, help the president make sure the meeting begins on time. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability? Please respond, "I will."
I will.
Thank you. You may pass the gavel to the next officer. Club Treasurer Toastmaster Vishnu Pradeep. In absentia. Do I read this out? Club Secretary and Associate Club Secretary Toastmaster Neville Shah and Toastmaster Anmol Rao. Please hold the gavel and step forward. As the club secretary, your responsibilities include maintain an accurate membership roster, work with the treasurer to ensure that new member application and dues get to Toastmasters International World Headquarters as soon as possible, submit the new club officer to Toastmasters International on time, work with the treasurer to submit your club's semi-annual report and dues to Toastmasters International on time, provide the club with minutes of each meeting. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability? Please respond, "I will."
I will.
Thank you. You may pass the gavel to the next officer. Club Vice President Public Relations and Associate Vice President Public Relations, Toastmaster Arna Gupta and Abhishek Mishra, please hold the gavel and step forward. As Club Vice President Public Relations, your responsibilities include attract visitors to the club through free publicity, use a variety of means to promote the club and its members in as many mediums as possible, both online and offline, enlist your fellow club members in PR activities, providing them with promotional materials and ideas for inviting guests, regularly recognize member achievements with methods such as announcements, newsletters, emails, and articles that you submit for the district bulletin. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability? Please respond, "I will." Thank you. You may pass the gavel to the next officer. Club Vice President Membership and Associate Vice President Membership, Toastmaster Ruchi Chain and Malam Tokchong. Please hold the gavel and step forward. As Club Vice President Membership, your responsibilities include lead the club's membership building efforts, help members with any requirement during their journey, listen to their grievances, and provide emotional support if need be. While the VP of PR motivates people to visit your club, you motivate the current members to invite guests. Promptly give new member applications and dues to the secretary and treasurer. Personally greet guests and provide them with membership application. Make sure each guest hears about the benefits of Toastmasters and gets a personal invitation to become a member. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability? Please respond, I will. Thank you. You may pass the gavel to the next officer. Club Vice President Education, Distinguished Toastmaster Arundhati Basu, please hold the gavel and step forward. As Club Vice President Education, your responsibilities include gain commitments from members to set educational goals for themselves, assure that club members are aware of the schedule of meeting roles, plan meetings that will assist members in meeting their individual goals, work with club members to keep the meetings fun and well run, ensure all members adopt to pathways, work with your members to ensure that they submit their applications for educational awards promptly, represent your club at area and district council meetings, as the second highest ranking officer, preside over the meeting when the club president is unavailable. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability? Please respond, I will.
I will.
Thank you, and you may pass the gavel to me. Toastmaster, Club President, Toastmaster Akshay Abraham Oman, please step forward. As the President of the Bright Hearts Toastmasters Club, you are the Chief Executive Officer. Thus, you preside at all club meetings and all meetings of the Club Executive Committee. It's your challenge to see that this club adds new members and meets the needs of its current members to achieve their communication and leadership goals. Establish a club climate that is supportive, stimulating, and rewarding to its members. Realize that among the resources available to your commitment is towards fellow club members, club executive committee, area director, division director, District 121 leaders, and officers of Toastmasters International Headquarters. Toastmaster Akshay Abraham Oman, I hand this gavel over to you. As a symbol of the power and authority that your club has given you during your term of office, please use it wisely and with restraint. Remember, you are a member of your team as well as a leader. A team is more than a collection of people. It's an emotional force rooted in the feelings, thoughts, and actions of all members with a common goal of achievement, sharing, and mutual support. Work with your team members to create a healthy, dynamic club, a club of which everyone will be proud. Toastmaster Akshay Abraham Oman, as a member of Bright Hearts Toastmaster Club, as well as its leader, will you work with your executive committee and your club members to make this a vibrant and a rewarding club this term and help every individual with honesty, loyalty, and empathy? Please respond, I will.
I will.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akshay Abraham Oman. Dear members of the Bright Hearts Toastmasters Club, please rise from your seats. Your officer team has just pledged to serve this club to the best of its ability, to be the best Toastmasters Club possible, and to meet the needs of all its members. Your club will need active participation from each member. Do you, as members, pledge to work together with your officer team to make Bright Hearts Toastmaster Club the finest Toastmasters Club it can possibly be? Please respond, we will.
We will.
Thank you. Please take your seats, respective seats. By the authority vested in me as the area director of District 121, it's my pleasure to declare these Toastmaster officers installed in their respective offices. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to the executive team of Bright Hearts Toastmasters Club for the term January 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2025. Congratulations to one and all. Over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chandrama, for conducting the installation ceremony so seamlessly. Let's give a huge round of applause to Toastmaster Chandrama. Fellow members of Bright Hearts, your officers just took oath, so it's just right that we all get to know that what this set of officers and the leader of this officers in the form of the president of our club has set out for this term. Hence, I'd like to now call upon our club president, Toastmaster Akshay Abraham Oben, for his incoming presidential address.
Good afternoon, everyone. I have one question for you. One very simple question, and I want all the Bright Hearts to pay very close attention to this question. Why are you here? No.
Because it's the right.
At the moment, the question is a little rhetorical, but I want that question to seep into your mind a little bit. Why are you here? I've been a member of Toastmasters and of this fraternity, this beautiful giving fraternity, for close to 7 years now. I have had a lot of great experiences here. Easy ones, tough ones, simple ones, complicated ones. But today I'm going to talk about a story which I'm sure I've told some of you before, but now I'd like to tell everyone here on a wider platform. In my first year in Toastmasters, I got a call from an area director. Let's name her Priya. Priya told me that there was a vacancy for a prepared speech slot at a club. Without making names, let's call this Priya Toastmasters Club. Good so far? Now, I thought to myself, okay, I'm in level 3 of visionary communication. I've got one speech left before I finish the level. So I might as well go do it. Finish my level, because that's why I'm here in Toastmasters, right? To finish pathways. So I go to the club. It's in a school. I enter the first floor, take a left, open the classroom in which the Toastmasters meeting is taking place. And I saw the audience there for that meeting. A whopping 4 people. Now, bear in mind that this was a speech I put my heart and soul into. Moreover, this was a Friday. So I had to get out of work to be part of this meeting. Now, when I enter, the first thing that happens is Priya intercepts me. She says, "Hi, Akshay." She looks around to the 3 other people sitting there, which, trust me, didn't take that long. She looks back at me and says, "Akshay, we are short of role takers." Really? She asked me, "Akshay, would you be willing to take up a role?" I'm like, "Sure. What do you want me to take?" "Oh, nothing much. Just grammarian, speech evaluator 1, and our counter." Now, bear in mind, I was in the fraternity for 7 months at this point. And I looked at her and I asked her, "Are you serious?" And she said, "Yeah." So I went ahead, I did that meeting, I did my speech, I evaluated the second speaker's speech, I general evaluated my speech and his speech, and did the R count for my speech and his speech and the general evaluator, who was me. Now, if anyone was in my shoes right now, in this very situation, can I hear reasons for why you wouldn't want to be in this situation? Just think out loud. It's a Friday, it's a work day, you prepare for this event, there are 4 people for which you prepared a heart-wrenching speech. Why would you not want to be there? Give me any reasons. Do you want an audience? What are the reasons? Why would you not want to be here for this? You want someone to evaluate you who's not yourself. Valid concern. It's hard to count your R's when the R count is you. Exactly. I know what you mean. Yes, Prashant. If you want to do your speech, you want to do your speech. So this is, again, you're not looking for a reason per se. You just want to do it. That's a great point. So that's one. And trust me, I've been to many Toastmasters clubs where this has happened before. Where I come, I'm asked to take up a role on the fly because trust me, I know you guys, most of you here are spoiled by Bright Hearts and HSR Toastmasters. But the fact is, not all Toastmasters clubs are built the same. But now let me take you to a second scenario. That's one, right? One scenario. Let me take you to a second scenario. It's the District International Speech Contest Finals. It's in the Radisson Blu Hotel in Bangalore. Ooh, 5 stars. You are one of the finalists of a contest that spanned 4 months. You're up against the best of the best, the cream of the crop, in front of hundreds of people. Potentially are not even your crush. You're ready with an amazing speech. The audience is there. The judges are there. You don't have to take up a judge role because they have been filled up in advance. All you have to do is go on stage and speak. Now, I have a question for you here. Would anyone in their right mind say no to this opportunity? But you might. And why is that? Confidence. Scared, right? But that's a good reason, right? It's like fear, right? But what other reason is there to say no to this, right? You can't really think of anything because this is a dream. This is what anyone would love to do. Do the one thing they love in front of a huge audience. Now, compare these 2 stories. 2 of, trust me, thousands of stories in my Toastmasters journey. A story where you deliver a speech in front of an audience of 4 people while playing 2 other roles. And another story of where you deliver a speech in front of hundreds of people, a speech you worked on for months. How many of you would pick this scenario over that scenario? Raise your hands. Okay. How many of you would pick this scenario over that scenario? Now, obviously, everyone will raise their hands. Remember when I said, why are you here as a rhetorical question? If in Toastmasters, you didn't recognize how both of those opportunities had the exact same value, you need to reevaluate why you are here. Every single opportunity you get in this fraternity is a means to grow. It's not always going to be sexy. It's not always going to be in front of 200 people. Your life is not always going to be great. Sometimes your life is going to suck. But if you find those 99 reasons to not do something, you don't know why you're here. But on the other hand, if you don't focus on the 99 reasons you shouldn't do something, but the one reason why you should do it, then you really know why you are here. I have been part of this fraternity for close to 8 years now. And as God is my witness, I have put in the same amount of effort for every role I've ever taken. Whether it's a meeting with 4 role takers, a speech in front of 100 people, or an incoming presidential address in front of the beautiful members of Bright Hearts Toastmasters and the extended family, my effort always remains the same because I know why I am here. I want you all to think about this hard. When you wake up every Sunday, Bright Hearts, if you're looking forward to this meeting with vigor, with enthusiasm, trust me, I know you know why you are here. But if you're finding it hard to get out of the bed, if you're lacking the motivation, then maybe you don't quite know yet. But there is a silver lining. Reach out to me. Reach out to Arundhati. Reach out to Ruchi. Reach out to any of the executive committee members. Hey, reach out to Chandrama, Prashant, Ramlal Sir, DTM. And we will tell you why you should be here. So that every Sunday you wake up to do things the right way, you know why you are here. So don't do it out of duty. Don't do it because a fee has been paid. Don't do it because you just happen to be free on a Sunday. Do it because you want to be here. I would like to end this incoming address by just saying one thing. It's been 4 months since we've been chartered. We have created a storm in this district. The things we have achieved as a collective has been nothing short of tremendous, whether it's in terms of our PR work, our beautiful newsletter, the DCP points we have accumulated, the speech marathons, the Bright Fests, and all the drinking that came along with it, some of which I don't remember. But everything we have done, we have built communities. We have become better people. But now 2025 and Bright Hearts, we are no longer just a new club. Now we are just a club. The new phase is over. Now we are up there with the big boys and the big girls. Sorry. And I just want to say one thing. Through all of your collective help, with me, Arundhati, all of the officers, all of the members, Bulbul, Sneha, Usha, Vinshu, Deepak, Shan, and everyone else, let's not just make Bright Hearts a club, let's make Bright Hearts the club. And the only way we can make Bright Hearts the club is if we certainly know the answer to the question why we are here. So let's make this a great place to be. And let's do it, as always, in the right way. Because the right way. Back to you, Arundhati.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Akshay. I thought that was a very inspiring speech, but what would stay with me, and I'm sure with all fellow Bright Hearts and Toastmasters here, is we all need to, at every point in time, at any place we are in, we should all know why we are here. The day you answer that question, and the day you don't forget the answer to that question, you're halfway there. So in order to help you further understand why we are here, let's go back to our form. For anybody who came in just a while back, the link is bit.ly/BHTM goals. That's what we are doing today, setting our goals. Before we move on to the next section, I'd like to take a moment to recognize the presence of our Division Director, Toastmaster Prashant Tikendran. Thank you, Prashant, for joining us this evening. Right, so moving on. The next section is public speaking. We are defining public speaking goals. Before you fill in the questions that are part of this section, let me just give you a background. We all have a very different definition of what we call as public speaking. So first thing I want you to understand is, what do you define public speaking as? What's the forum that comes to your mind when you think of public speaking? What is it that you set out to achieve if you were to say that today I'm a good public speaker? Think of that. And then we've got three simple questions. One, how do you rate yourself as a public speaker today? This is not what I think of you as public speaker, what Akshay thinks of you as public speaker, what Chandrama thinks of you as a public speaker. This is what you think of yourself as a public speaker. So rate yourself as on today. Where do you want to go 6 months down the line? And if there's any specific forum that you would like to see yourself as a public speaker, could be just a presentation at office with your CEO in the room. Absolutely. An industry event where you want to go in as a speaker, a specialized event where you have the subject matter expertise, or even a Toastmaster event where you want to deliver an education session. Go ahead, I give you 30 seconds, fill in your responses. Can everybody give me a thumbs up if you are done? Right? I do see others are filling in the form. The rules remain the same. Please fill in your response genuinely and honestly. And if you have any questions, you can ask me now. You can ask me during the break. More than happy to help you. Moving on to the next interesting segment. As a Toastmaster member for the last couple of years, I find this the most valuable segment. It's the member induction segment. It's the first time that we introduce a fellow member to the professional world of Toastmasters and set them up for success. We are very privileged to have our Vice President membership induct our newest members to the Bright Hearts family today. She is that individual who has now become one of the pillars of Bright Hearts Toastmasters, somebody who trusted in this vision of Bright Hearts from the onset, somebody who's setting out to build something of her own, specializing in user experience research and designing. Her bright road ahead this year is to create a community which can together read books on designing and discuss the same. And we wish her the best. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our inducting officer, Toastmaster Ruchi Jain.
Good evening, Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good evening.
Fellow Toastmasters, it is now our duty and privilege to induct 3 new members into the Bright Hearts Toastmaster Club. This is an important occasion, both for these new members and for our club. These individuals have come to Toastmasters seeking to improve their communication and leadership skills. And we now have the opportunity to help them grow, achieve their goals. I will now call upon the new members. Please withhold your applause until the ceremony is completed. The first member is a software engineer hailing from Raipur, Chhattisgarh. In his free time, he loves exploring new places and watching movies. He is here to improve his communication skills and public speaking skills to unlock new potentials in his professional life. Please welcome Twinshu. The second member is a social media manager and has grown up in Bangalore. In his free time, he does improv and calisthenics. He's here to improve his stage styles, improv skills, and explore different emotional ranges. Please welcome Anmol. The third new member is a program manager. He's from West Bengal. In his free time, you can find him playing badminton, swimming, or in gym. He's here to improve his communication skills, to increase his confidence, and have well-articulated conversations. Please welcome Shan. Dear members, you are joining a worldwide organization that has helped millions of people learn to communicate more effectively. As members of the Bright Hearts Toastmasters Club, you will benefit from the proven program of self-development. You will become part of an outstanding group of people who are dedicated to helping one another in a spirit of sharing and enjoyment. Madam Vice President, have these new members been given an opportunity to discuss their needs and goals with the club? Have they have been told how the Toastmasters program works and informed of the many benefits that they will receive as well as the obligations of membership? Have they been assigned the mentors for these new members? As experienced Toastmasters, you have been asked to help these new members to get off to a good start. Do you accept this responsibility?
Yes.
And pledge to share your knowledge and experience with the new members so that they can immediately begin to benefit from their Toastmasters journey? Membership in this club and in Toastmasters International is a privilege that carries with it many rewards. Yet, it is also a place, it also places certain obligations upon you. We are a group of people brought together to do things we could not accomplish alone. Our collective obligation is to grow and improve ourselves and to share knowledge and experience with fellow Toastmasters in a spirit of enjoyment. This means you must work diligently towards your own self-improvement, evaluate others' speeches in a spirit of support and sharing, assist the club in reaching its goal and remain positive. We ask you, our new members, to dedicate yourself to personal growth, to share this great gift with your fellow members, and to help keep this club strong and dynamic. Please affirm your membership by repeating the following words. I, Ruchi Jain, in the presence of my fellow members of the Bright Heart Toastmasters Club, make this firm obligation to attend meetings regularly and prepare fully for each assignment, to apply myself to the projects outlined in the Toastmasters education program, to participate actively in club activities, to evaluate others in a positive, constructive manner, to build open, friendly relationship with my fellow members, and to bring other new members into the club so that they can also benefit from Toastmasters. Now I request all the Bright Heart members to stand and repeat our club's pledge to our new members. We, the members of Bright Heart Toastmasters Club, pledge to support you in your quest for self-development, to provide you with positive, helpful evaluations, to maintain a friendly, supportive atmosphere, to give you opportunities to help others, and to make your Toastmasters membership a rewarding and fulfilling experience. Thank you. With that, I would now officially like to welcome three of you to the Bright Hearts Toastmasters Club. You may take your seats now. Thank you. I would like to invite Toastmaster of the Day, Arundhati, back on the stage.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ruchi, for conducting that member induction. Once again, Twinshu, Anmol, and Shan, welcome to the Bright Hearts family and wish you many success ahead. So, ladies and gentlemen, how many goals have you defined till now? 3, okay. Arna says 3. What do the others say? Like, let me check the form. Right. So we have defined our purpose, our pathway goals, and our public speaking goals. So let's move on to the next segment, which is an interesting segment. When I became a Toastmaster, I quite didn't think that I'd ever do leadership in Toastmasters. But over my last 4 years with this fraternity, I did do leadership roles within the fraternity, and it has been an extremely rewarding experience. Now, we all will choose for ourselves. It may so be that some of you would love doing club leadership, some might want to go beyond, and some might just choose to be part of the process, but not really take leadership because of your bandwidth. Completely your choice. But there are certain skills that you get by taking up these leadership opportunities in Toastmasters, which are invaluable. And if for nothing, for these skills alone is something that you have to give a thought. That's what the next segment will do for you. We would love to know that what are some of the skills that you would like to learn through leadership opportunities that Toastmasters provides. What are some of the leadership opportunities in Toastmasters that you would be interested to pick up? And are you looking forward to further your growth in the leadership journey within Toastmasters by becoming an area director like Chandrama or a division director like Prashant or anything further? So I give you 30 seconds again. Go to the next segment and fill in your details. And let me know if anything is not clear or if you have any questions. Like all other parts of the form, you can choose as many options as you think would be beneficial to you, but be realistic and genuine about it. Give me a thumbs up once you are done filling in your part of the leadership. Brilliant. I think most of us are through. I would look forward to reading to all these responses, and I can assure you that Akshay, myself, the entire executive committee of Bright Hearts will do our best to help you achieve all of it. And we'll also share it with you so that it reminds you what you thought your goal was. On that note, let's move on to our next section. This is one segment that I have been looking forward to in today's meeting. In order to address us today, we have someone who's got several years of experience in Toastmasters. Years more than some of us collectively put together. But I would tell you what I absolutely found fascinating. So in his introduction, of course, he is the member of the first ever club of Toastmasters in India, which is Garden City Toastmasters. An ex-State Bank of India official, somebody who enjoys trekking and several other activities. He's a distinguished Toastmaster. Personally to me, when I met him for the first time in a room full of members and everybody recognized, acknowledged his presence, the Toastmaster of the day acknowledged his presence, I actually didn't know who he is because I was 2 months into the fraternity. But then after that, I went up and walked up to him and spoke to him, and he spoke to me just like any other member. With so much experience, with so many accomplishments, he's a true testament how to stay humble, grounded, and be one of the most approachable person in the room. Ladies and gentlemen, for his keynote address, please help me welcome distinguished Toastmaster Ramlal sir.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Compared to what we ought to be, said William James, compared to what we ought to be, we are half awake. We are making use of only a small part of our physical and mental resources. Stating the thing broadly, the human individual thus lives far within his limits. He possesses powers of various sorts which he habitually fails to use. And I believe the first way, the last way, and the never failing way to realize your full potential is through speaking, speaking, and speaking. And what better platform can you have other than the Toastmasters, which provides a lifelong learning process? Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests, born on a Missouri farm in the United States of America, he had not seen a streetcar until he was 12 years old. He milked the cows, cut the wood, and fed the hogs for his living. Commuting on a horseback to college each day, he would study by the light of a coal oil lamp until his eyes blurred. By the time he was 18, he was ashamed of his poverty. He was ashamed of his coat, which was too tight. He was ashamed of his trousers, which were too short. Rapidly developing an inferiority complex, he looked about for a shortcut to distinction. He saw that groups of boys and girls who participated in two events always had a name and fame. One of the groups who participated in football and baseball, they enjoyed popularity. The other group who indulged in debating and speaking enjoyed greater popularity. Deciding that athletics was not meant for him because of his frail frame, he jumped into the speaking arena. And for his first speech, he prepared for days together, weeks together, months together. He would, as he galloped to his college on his horse, he would practice all the way. As he milked the cows, he practiced. He practiced standing on the hay in the barn, shouting at the top of his voice, threatening all the pigeons about halting Japanese immigration. But in spite of his earnestness and sincerity, he met with defeat after defeat. How many times he tried, he failed. Rapidly, he developed an inferiority complex. He was depressed, dejected, and he even contemplated on suicide. But then there was a silver lining. One of his speeches won a prize. Another won a prize, and another. And many of the students came to him to learn the art of speaking. Students in his college. And ladies and gentlemen, there was no looking back after that. He went on to establish the famous Dale Carnegie Institute of Public Speaking. And the name, ladies and gentlemen, as it stands, is Dale Carnegie. And no, he claims that any man can talk when he gets mad. He says that if you hit the most ignorant man in town on the jaw and knock him down, he'll get on his feet and speak with an eloquence, heat, and emphasis that would have rivaled the greatest orator of any century. Imagine if that is true of an ignorant man, what you and I, educated people with Renan Martin under our command, can do in the art of speaking. But what is it that is weighing us down? Probably because of the immense knowledge that gets into our head. Knowledge is weighing us down. Why don't we get up and speak? Here's a platform that offers you an opportunity to do that. Herbert Spencer said, the great aim of education is not knowledge, but action. What is the use of all our knowledge if the world doesn't know that I possess it? What is the use of my skill? What are the use of my skills if I can't display them? There's no point in my knowing, having a library etched in my brains if the world is not even aware of it. This is the platform that provides you an opportunity week after week, month after month, year after year. And if you love the art of speaking, you will continue to be a member of this organization. Let me tell you, Toastmasters is an organization which provides you all that is required for speaking in public or speaking effectively. You don't have to speak in public. Remember, because every word that you utter can change you and the listeners as well. And why am I here for so long? It's because every time I speak, I realize who I am. I realize what I am. I probably am actualizing myself. Everything that I talk about comes from within. When it comes from within, there's an internal transformation taking place. Every nerve cell of mine gets tingled whenever I say something that is really close to my heart. Toastmasters provides you such a wonderful, it's an institution which has all that is required in the art of speaking. A university on public speaking. Now, if people don't utilize the opportunity that is open to everybody, it doesn't segregate between cultures, it doesn't segregate between genders, right? It provides you so many opportunities. And let me tell you how I happened to encounter this. That was in the year 1991, when I walked into the dimly lit mezzanine floor of Institution of Engineers in Shivajinagar. About 12 to 15 people were discussing subjects out of this world. And I was invited as one of the guests. And I found one gentleman who really, mesmerized me through his talk. That was DTM Claudius Pereira. One of the finest ever when it comes to speaking. And when he speaks, he perspires. He's so much into what he says. He is what he says. Like Osho Rajneesh says, a dancer should be so immersed in the dance. That's what he reminded me. A dancer should be so immersed in the dancer disappears, only the dance remains. A speaker, change it with the word speaker. A speaker should be so immersed in what he says that the speaker disappears, only the speech remains. That's exactly what you can do through the Toastmasters. You can transform yourself. And this platform has given me many other benefits. Like, for example, reading is one habit which I can never get rid of. A habit which I did not like before I was a Toastmaster, a habit that I developed after becoming a Toastmaster, a habit I cannot do without. I read so much that nothing in this universe can ever upset me. And even if it does, it is only in that moment. I'm back to my original self, because we are all beings of energy. We're all that pure beings. It is what we encounter in this life that actually stifles us, that makes us small. If you have enough material inside, through the reading that you do, through the listening that you do, even in the Toastmasters, when someone is talking something profound, I don't think anything can ever upset you. I don't think anybody can ever make you feel inferior. Like Eleanor Roosevelt said, nobody can make you feel inferior without your consent. People may say any number of things, but unless you give consent to it, you can never feel it. That's exactly what Toastmasters has given me. Nobody can ever hurt me without my consent. If I'm hurt, I'm validating their statement. And Toastmasters is an organization which takes you to that level. And apart from the tangible benefits that you get, like your president spoke of, and your Toastmaster of the day, DTM Arundhati, spoke of, the benefits that you can be a part of the contest, you can be a part of the executive team, you can be a part of the area, division, district. But more than all this is how you evolve as an individual. And that is something nobody can stop. And Toastmasters when you speak more often, you learn who you are. You're actually expressing yourself. You're revealing yourself to yourself. Forget influencing audiences. When you talk, does it impact you? Do you feel energized? Does what you say, influence you to the extent that you are not the same you that you were before? Every time you speak, you have to be a different you. And that can happen only through speaking. Very many people in this world try to lead us astray. But if you want to be firm in your resolve, start speaking what you love to speak about. Because what you love to speak about comes with authenticity, comes with intensity. Like you've seen your president talking with such gusto. Why is he winning contests? Entirely because when he says something, it comes from the inside. When it comes from the inside, no one can stop you. Right? That is why they say the ability to speak is a shortcut to distinction. Ladies and gentlemen, people have told you there are no shortcuts. Here is a shortcut. The ability to speak is a shortcut to distinction. It puts a person in the limelight and raises him or her head and shoulders above the crowd. And a person who can speak acceptably is given credit for this ability out of all proportions to what he or she really possesses. Madam Toastmaster. You can take this.
clear, genuine, and straight from the heart. That's what I felt when I heard Ramlal sir speak today. And in fact, I will always remember that the ability to speak is the shortcut to distinction. Can't agree more, because if you didn't know that what you possess within, it's probably because you're not speaking enough. The day you start telling your story, you're actually setting yourself up for success. Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Ramlal sir. Before we move on to any of our next segments, we do have a couple of minutes in case somebody wishes to ask any question to Ramlal sir. You can raise your hand now. While you think of your questions, I'd like to welcome Ramlal sir back on stage. No problem. We have 2 red cards. Here you go, sir.
Any questions, please?
Yes, Bulbul.
So when you say,
So when you say it should come from within, sometimes you lack content because you cannot think of anything. Your mind just go blank. Example, for my first speech, I was writing, but I was just blank. I was trying to research through ChatGPT, Google, what to write, what to speak, what to do, because my whole mind was blank. How to improvise that, or how to
Look at your hobbies. There are lots of things that you love. Why don't you talk about the things that you love? Love is what comes out vehemently, right? What are the things that you love? Tell me some of the things that you really love in life. Eating. Talk about food if you love
cooking,
eating.
family,
If you love dressing, talk about dressing.
dressing, shopping.
If you shopping, talk about shopping. Relate it to the objectives of the project. Simple as that. Right? If you love shopping, talk about shopping. Whatever dressing, fine. The way you look, the way you talk about your heroes. Like for me, Dale Carnegie is a person whom I have not met. I've only read him, but he has influenced me through reading, just reading. So I would consider him as my unseen, unmet guru. I cannot replace him by anybody else, anybody human as well. You have some heroes in your life, right? Some movies you love to talk about, some trip you have had. Don't you think it is easy to talk about?
Yeah, when you say it is easy, but when I it is definitely.
There's a structure to, every speech. Opening, body, conclusion, right? The opening should evince interest in the minds of the audience of what you're speaking, right? The body is, you're already good at the body part of it. You have to focus more on the opening and closing. The opening is to get the audience into your subject. The closing is to leave the audience with a message that you may have forgotten years after you're saying, somebody else in the audience will remind you. In fact, such an incident happened in my case. Deepak Justin, DTM Deepak Justin, in my club, he was a member of Garden City initially. I had made a beautiful statement about the importance of speaking 20 years before. And I had forgotten overnight, right? Because I didn't keep in touch with speaking. Now, remember, whatever skill you learn, unless you keep in touch, it recedes into the background. Continue to do it in whatever little form you can. The statement, absolutely brilliant statement. I will tell you in the end, as a closing remark. Yeah. What you have to do is just speak about the things you love. If you like Madam Arundhati, you talk about her. If you like Akshay Abraham, talk about her. And it's not difficult to talk about what you love to talk about. Correct? Is it difficult? Unless I give you a subject, talk about that plant. You ask me to talk about a plant, I'll fail miserably. You can't ask a fish to climb a tree. Right? You can't ask a monkey to swim in the ocean. Correct? You love. There are certain things all of us love. Correct? See, pick up what you love to talk. And through that, you will realize who you are. In fact, I didn't know public speaking was one thing I love to indulge in wherever I go. Because you're free of all the, when you're on the stage, when I'm on the stage, I'm totally different. When there I'm unassuming. Totally unassuming. But here, it charges me up. So look at what really enlivens you. Right? That makes a lot. And for that, you don't require words, you don't require any. Forget your English. If you feel your grammar is bad, let the accountant, the grammarian do their jobs. Why are you worried? You enjoy presenting yourself. That is their task. If you are too good, what have they got to do? Give them some task. Right? And if you want to incorporate those changes, please do them. If you still feel you're good as you are, you don't have to. You don't have to take everything that your evaluator says. Right? I had an evaluator in my very first year of my Toastmasters, very rugged. He would only look at the objectives of the project. He never mentioned the way I presented my talk. Because I was always full of life. When it comes to speaking, English is a language which I love to use. And which other platform do you get where you can speak English? Outside, in the outside world, people don't allow you to speak English, right? You may be speaking to a few of them, but here's a platform where you can enhance the speaking ability, English. Mainly, I joined Toastmasters for continuing my English speaking. You know, I studied in convent. I studied in Good Shepherd Convent in Mysore. Then I studied in St. Joseph's College here. Now, where do I keep that alive? Only in the Toastmasters. Right? Outside, people may not appreciate my English. In fact, initially, they used to tell me, don't use Shakespeare in English because we have to carry dictionaries. I've toned it down to a certain extent. I still love to use that. Yeah. So speak what you love. Whatever subject you love. Then there's no problem at all. Writing, take the assistance of great people around, right? Yeah. Any other? Yes, sir. A red card you can maintain because I love to speak. I have no. There's only a beginning in my case. One more thing that you have to learn through the Toastmasters is you have to learn when to stop. People will value your talk when you know when to stop. What happens is in the Toastmasters is you love to speak and you don't know where to stop. People will start not valuing what you say. So always learn. That's why let me know when the red card is going to be up. Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, sir. Absolute speech. This is my first day at Toastmaster. So really amazing. The question is very simple. So now this is one side of the part, but other side, when you go back to the office work, right? So
Perfect.
You have to convince either clients, team, or investors. Now, whenever you go prepare something, you have a dots in the mind, like dot A, B, C, D, E, F, right? What happens is when you speak, there are a lot of interruptions happen and you lost the dot in between. And then you move on to something else, right? So
perfect. You know, there are many projects in the Toastmasters where the audience disturbs the speaker while he's making a prepared speech. There are projects. There are people assigned to disturb the speaker. Which means you get total mastery over your speech in spite of the disturbance. You know, we live in a chaotic world. How can you live in this chaotic world and yet maintain your balance?
yeah,
And it is possible. Where the skills that you learn here actually give you that mastery. In fact, there is a project which says 4 people can disturb. You come with a 5 to 7 minute prepared speech, right? 4 people disturb your presentation, and yet, while answering them, you don't lose your continuity.
absolutely.
There are projects. Don't worry. There are. Toastmasters is a complete institution on public speaking. You don't have to look for Speaking or public speaking, even speaking, one-to-one communication, one-on-one communication, conversational skills, even that you will. There are a lot of projects.
How do you solve problem solving thing? For example, you start maybe I talk like immature now, this first day.
No, it doesn't
But-
matter. We were all the same. It doesn't mean I'm a master at problem solving.
Yeah.
I can only tell you the process.
Yeah.
Where you will gain mastery while doing it on a regular
Absolutely.
basis. Yeah.
So how do you hold on that? Because you speak about ideas and thoughts, right?
Yeah.
Now it's continuity of working, like somebody throwing at like a problem, what is the TAM, or maybe let's say whatever the XYZ things are in product difficulties and all. How do you make sure that you hold on that? Because when somebody says something, it started having 3 or 5 things in your mind and all.
That's what your president was talking about. He was saying, have a goal. When you have a vision of what you want to be, 10 years now, 15 years, 20, in terms of Stephen Covey, he wants to see your vision that at the place on your funeral day, what would you like to hear being said?
Yeah.
Here lies a man who was useless, or here lies a man who realized his full potential. So when you have your focus on what you love to do, on the vision, the picture that you have of yourself, and you carry that everywhere, I don't think anybody else in this world will ever tamper with that, will be able to ever hamper or be a block to your progress. Certainly not. They may intimidate you in between. Get back to your
Thank you so much.
original vision. Never give up your picture of what you want to be, right? And you learn all that through the Toastmasters. Very many of them speak so beautifully well. Now here you not only learn speaking is incidental. What happens is your quality of listening improves, and when listening improves, your thinking quality also improves, right? Like that lady, the first lady who became the president, who was allowed to become a member. Before that, it was only gentlemen who were members of Toastmasters, who became the president of Toastmasters International. Like she said, if you can get out of Toastmasters what you can get out of Toastmasters, you will never get out of Toastmasters. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir, for responding to all those questions. I think every time you take the stage and you speak, it's a pure reflection of all the experience that he carries through all the 34 years in Toastmasters, which is huge. Now, I am fully cognizant that some of you might still have questions that you want to ask Ramlal, sir, and it's just fair that we give you that opportunity. So we'll slightly tweak our agenda. We'll take the break now, and we'll come back and continue with the rest of the agenda. This allows you an opportunity to go and ask those questions to Ramlal, sir. So we'll break and we'll come back at 6 o'clock. Thank you, everyone. Feedback. And that's when our president thinks, let's shine some light on her face. Right. So he said, at that session, you told us how to give constructive feedback and shared some tips on speaking. Before that, whenever my daughter came up to me with anything, because I was so frustrated with everything going on in my life, especially work, I'd often snap at her. And from that day onwards, every time she came to me with something, I consciously made an effort to package the response I gave her. Today, I share such a relation with my daughter that no matter what happens in her life, she's no longer scared to come up and tell. When I did that session at that club, little did I know that that's the impact it is creating. Little did I know that communication also meant how you spoke to family members, how you reacted to friends when they gave you a comment that you probably didn't like the most. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the next segment that we will work on, which is networking, developing interpersonal skills, which are the forums you want to use to develop those skills. So, go back to the form and tell us all the skills that you want to learn from networking and the forums you want to channelize. I'll give you 30 seconds to quickly finish. You give me a thumbs up once done. Very good. On that note, we'll now move on to the next segment, which is a prepared speech and a very special speech. Like every speech, there are some objectives, and to elaborate on what the objectives of this speech are, I'd like to call upon the speech evaluator and our very own division director. His bright road ahead is to spend more time with friends and families because they are complaining that he's most of the time missing. They don't know that he's a division director. We know why he's missing. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our evaluator, Toastmaster Prashant Tikit. You can hold it.
Yeah. So, good evening, everyone. As an evaluator, let me set out the objectives. So today we will have an extremely special speech. So first thing is that the moment the speech is over, I will request all of you to do a standing ovation like the way we do it for icebreaker speeches. There are beginnings and beginnings, but today there is an end. There is a milestone event. Today, Toastmaster Mani will be delivering his speech, which is reflecting on the path. Reflecting on the path is the last speech of a particular pathway where the member will be required to showcase what he or she has learned during the journey of delivering so many speeches. It's a reflection of what he or she has learned, what they can incorporate and showcase the benefits so that the others can incorporate. Timer, please note the time sequence is 10 to 12 minutes, 10 green, 11 yellow, and 12 red. Best of luck, Mani. Look forward to hear a great speech from you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Prashant. Like mentioned, our speaker has done the arduous task of completing all speeches in a path and is today going to deliver his path completion speech known as Reflect on Your Path. Toastmaster Mani, a tenured Toastmaster, somebody who's done several roles in Toastmaster, and to me, I find him to be one of the most dedicated, sincere, and diligent Toastmaster I have ever come across. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Toastmaster Mani Kumar. Toastmaster Mani Kumar, echoes of growth, Toastmaster Mani Kumar.
Can you please confirm if I'm loud and clear to the back? Thank you. Good evening, Toastmasters, Bright Hearts, and the future Bright Hearts. Raise your hands if you agree that public speaking is a skill which can be learned given the time. Thank you for your responses. Same was with me. But I don't know where is the time available until the pandemic hit. In April 2021, it happened for me as an eye-opener. And I started looking for this public speaking journey online, how I can start. Then I got to know about Toastmasters and I found my nearby club is HSR Toastmasters. That time, all the meetings are online. And only thing you can see is the people up to waist level, listen to them through the computer screens only. Raise your hand if you agree that you get butterflies in your stomach when somebody asks you to come on stage and speak during the moment of your early stages. Exactly, same was with me. That's where I tried to avoid all the table topics chances given to me when I was a guest in the club. As I moved on, Then I became a member of HSR Toastmasters in April 2021. I would like to break this particular journey into phases. The first phase, the beginning, 2021 and 22. How many of you watched Bahubali Part 1? Wow, almost everyone watched that movie. As you notice, the young Shivudu who built and tried to climb the hill, along with that, also he made himself that he carried that Mahashivling on his shoulder, just like this. As he made it, it testified his limits. Same happened with me when I took the pathway level 1 speech, the icebreaker speech. My dear friend, it was not easy at all. It took me all the midnight oil while I delivered that particular speech. But when I came on stage, on the virtual stage, first off, to get that comfortable, where audience can see me only till the waist level. But the legs in the pants are just like shivering. I couldn't notice how it was, as if I was in a low temperature region. As I moved upon from that icebreaker speech, do you remember the Kalakeya fight in Bahubali movie? Who surrounded all that region and thrown the different types of weapons towards Bahubali. Same happened with the pathway project objectives. All the objectives were like throwing or towards my face. Introduction to vocal variety and body language. Evaluation and feedback of level 1. Moving on to the level 2. Introduction to Toastmasters mentoring. Understanding your communication style. As each project has taught me each different learning. For example, majority of the time, I try to avoid the mobiles. But during that way, it happened to go through the mobile and read the script because I don't know how to deliver properly. That's where, during the time where I got my own very own Katapa, Toastmaster Kavita of HSR Toastmasters. You might be seeing her over this particular picture and you think she is a simple girl. But if you are missing the project works, she will be like, Emily, why you didn't do that work? Why you didn't do this? I told you, deliver that vocal variety. I told you, do the stage movements. And trust me, this was just the beginning phase of the mentoring. As the things move upon, the anger was even much higher levels. But thankfully, because of her and her concise and precise feedback and unwavering support, I could able to complete my phase 1. And she also helped towards opening the gates of executive committee roles. The very first role which I took was the secretary role. And during this particular phase, the learnings or probably imperfection is much better than thinking about not making any progress. It's okay to be imperfect. That's what the message which I learned. But I kept on doing what is required and taught by my mentor to move on each and every progress of the pathways. The second phase, which is about gaining momentum, 2022 and 23. How many of you remember that second part of Bahubali, the conclusion, right? Where that's the movie where Mahendra Bahubali was expected to take the kingdom ruling. But he decided that he don't want that and he wanted to take some other path by ruling or being in the village. Same exactly happened, though I got comfortable to the stage to the level 1, level 2, but level 3, there are something called as electives. I decided to experiment something new. That was know your sense of humor. And that is where I have shared my college story about my college professor who used to take care about the hair hygiene of students by measuring the hair's length by keeping his hand. If the hair is more than his finger width, the student is sent for the salon. One day he was with my friends and I was observing about and reading my friend's lips. He was almost doing like, yes, sir, harder, harder, harder. He was completely enjoying that as like head massage. As the room erupted into laughter, same happened that particular day. And it was one of my memorable victory where entering into towards the humor. And when you land any humor at the right time, the satisfaction which you get as a speaker is unforgettable. Same with me. Then I took up a next challenge. As I got adjusted with all the Toastmasters in the club, then I picked about the path project delivering social speeches, which is that as a pathway Toastmasters myth, you have to do this project outside of your club, all the unknown faces. I took this as a kind of gratitude to my first office mentor, where I have raised a toast to him and he has joined in that particular virtual meeting as a guest from Germany. And through that, I was able to share about my first mentor, office mentor, Vinith. And I'm so thankful to Toastmasters. Because of this project, I could be able to connect back almost after 10 years. That was a kind of memorable moment for me. And as I moved ahead, I started also shared about the speeches, which will be including of the statistics of connecting to the audience with a story. But I could see many question mark faces at that particular moment because I don't know how to share stats at that moment to the audience. That was one of the learning which I taken along with all the speeches while I was delivering as my stepping stones towards my next journey. The learning of this particular phase is about communication is not just about speaking, but it is also about listening too. And during this particular phase, where I was able to got mentoring with respect to Toastmaster Ihab, Toastmaster Naveen, Toastmaster Kavita, Toastmaster Rohit, and our very own Toastmaster Akshay. Because of them, I was also able to take the leadership roles in the ExCom committee as a vice president public relations. That's where it helped me to get connected with all the social apps. And also, I have also taken the vice president of membership, where it helped me to get connected with not only the members of the club, but also to the guests who are coming to the club. Moving on to the third phase, reaching mastery, 2023-24, where in this particular stage, I have attempted my level 4 projects, which is about persuasive influence, and also along with that question and answer session. Then level 5 projects, prepare to speak professionally and moderating a panel discussion. As before until level 3, it was all about speaking, but level 4, level 5, it has all take a turn of speaking towards interacting very effectively with the audience. Like I truly remember the level 5 project, which is about moderating a panel discussion on artificial intelligence, the first episode of Bright Talks. During this time, I could able to learn with respect to all the milestones or how to engage audience, moderating the panelists, and also giving a takeaway to the audience who joined that particular meeting. And this particular phase, the learning is unmemorable, which helped me to personal transform from towards and apply these learnings toward the corporate learning. Ladies and gentlemen, we always come while we don't know where we will be landing up to. But I have taken that particular step to ensure that I will be able to move towards my level 1, towards the level 5. That's where I'm standing. If you're able to relate, that person who was shivering the legs in the pants and standing before in front of you with all the learnings in past about humor, vocal variety, body language, moderating panel discussions, question and answers with audience. That's where my journey has been so far. And as the Pepsi CEO, Indra Nooyi once said, be a lifelong learner. And that's where is my motto. And I always keep that in mind. And I would like to accomplish and move to next objectives, keeping in that mind. And I would like to take a chance to give thanks to all the people who came into my life and made me to stand over here. And moving on, this is one thing where I would like you, everyone, first I will be reading out the lyrics, two lines with a rhythm. And second time, I want you all to join me. As we move to the next, it's about actually, technically, practically, technically, logically, practically. Finally, you can win the stage. Come on, can you all repeat with me? Actually, technically, logically, practically, actually, technically, logically, practically, finally, you can win the stage. Thank you so much. And back to your Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Mani, for sharing your incredible journey from being the person who was shivering to the person who just delivered a 10 to 12-minute speech with absolute finesse. And I couldn't help notice how much Mani looks different now as compared to his old pictures. So thank you. Let's give him a round of applause. All right. In the interest of time and also cognizant, firstly, just want to make an announcement. We will be a little bit over time because we have a few elements to cover. But just to wrap up our whole goal setting, we quickly do the very last segment of it, which is mentorship. The questions are simple. What are some things you would like to learn through the process of mentorship? And what are some things you would like your mentor to help guide you? So I give you 30 seconds if you can quickly finish the question. For the first one, it's obviously options, so feel free to check. But the next one, we'd like you to be detailed on the guidance that you would like from your mentors. So feel free to take your time and respond. Once you finish this, you're actually to submit your form. So you don't rush to submit it right away. We will move on with the next segments, but you can take your time, fill it. But please do not forget to submit it because we would like to record your responses. Having said that, we'll move on to the fun segment, which is the table topic contest. We've got six contestants in total who will be participating in today's contest. And on that note, I'd like to call upon the person who's foodie by nature and who's probably one of those Toastmasters now who's ready to learn and sign up and raise his hand for any role that is offered. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome our contest master for the table topic contest, Toastmaster Abhishek Mishra.
Okay. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Good evening. So the theme of today's meeting is bright road ahead. Life is just like a road trip, which is full of unwanted twists, turns, and surprises. But the best part is how we navigate these moments and move forward in the life. Today, as the table topic master, I am here to challenge our speaker with fun and interesting topic to test their quick thinking and creativity. Excited? Guys, come on. Yes. We just had a break. Cool. Let's set some ground rule. Okay. Also, let me make this table topic competition a bit twisted and interesting, right? So today, Arundhati has mentioned we have 6 speakers, right? And the table topics will not be selected by speaker, but from one member of the audience. So one member from the audience will randomly select the topic and each speaker has to speak on that topic. Excited? Little bit?
Yes.
Okay. Apart from that, okay. Each speaker will have between 1 minute to 2 minutes to speak on the topic, and the timer rules are: at 1 minute, the green card will be raised. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, the yellow card will be raised, and at 2 minutes, the red card will be raised. Okay. Also, let's make it a more surprising. Okay. So today, the best speaker, the best table topic speaker will be selected by our esteemed audience via audience poll. So I think we are all set.
Yes.
So now I will request our area director Chandrima, distinguished Toastmaster Chandrima, to please come on stage and help me to select the topic on which our speakers will be speaking. Thank you. Requesting you to select any one chat randomly. Yeah, please. Okay, no, we don't have to speak. Okay. So thank you, Chandrima, first of all. And the surprise is today's topic is going to be very common. So we will only have one speaker at the stage, and I will request our sergeants of our Anmol to take the other speakers to the assembly area. Yeah, sure. And the speaking order is like this. So our very first speaker is Usha, second is Rauf, third is Sneha, fourth is Bulbul, fifth is Trinshu, and sixth is Sampreet. So I would like to request Usha to come on the stage and request Anmol to take other speakers on the assembly area. Hey, Usha. And one more, at the end of speaking, we will have 1 minute of silence so that the speakers can join in. Okay. So the topic is, your resolution is to eat healthy this year. Oh, okay. Your resolution is to eat healthy this year, but your face is full of ice cream. How do you defend your bright future? Usha, I'll hand it to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Abhishek. Okay. Good evening, Toastmasters, my fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. My name is Usha Kumari, and as you know, the topic, my New Year resolution is to eat healthy and stay fit. But luckily, my fridge is full of ice creams, which is actually my weakness. Ice cream is something that I'm very fond of, and I have a sweet tooth. I've tasted most of all the flavors, and I know the best ice cream joints in Bangalore too. So this is going to be a little challenging for me, but staying fit has been one of my New Year resolutions every year. It's always been on top of my list. So what I would do is every day open my fridge, say hi, hello to my ice cream, say them, I love you a lot. I feel like eating you, but unfortunately, I can't eat you today. Let me come back tomorrow. Every day, I just say the same sentence to my ice cream and then make sure that I also I also address my cravings, because a healthy mind, a healthy body, and a healthy soul are equally important. I need to address my cravings too. So one Sunday morning, I open the door, say hi, hello, and welcome at least one bowl of ice cream relish the favorite ice cream of mine with some hot chocolate on it and some dry fruits and nuts over it with a beautiful movie on my TV, sit on my couch, relish it, enjoy every bit, every spoon of it, and say, thank you for giving me this great, delicious time of my life. And again, on Monday morning, I do the same routine. This is what I'm going to follow, stick to my routine, stay healthy, at the same time, not compromise on my cravings. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we will have 1 minute of silence. So we have our second speaker, Rob. Uh, so topic for you is, Rahul, your resolution is to eat healthy this year, but your fridge is full of ice cream. How do you defend your bright future? Once again, your resolution is to eat healthy this year, but your fridge is full of ice cream. How do you defend your bright future? Rob, all handed to you.
Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and guests.
Good evening.
So, as I have taken the resolution to eat only healthy foods, but somebody has already kept a lot of ice cream in my fridge. So, I have to make sure that the ice creams are also not getting wasted. So, what I can do basically, instead of me eating those all ice cream, probably I can go to some of the orphanage, right? And there I can distribute those ice cream. And that is even, it will give two things to me. The one thing is I'll be basically the resolution which I have taken to eat healthy, that will be also satisfied. And on the other side, it will spread an act of kindness, and they might be not getting the ice cream, so at least I can provide the ice cream to them. So that is the one thing. So I'll probably try to take this particular sites to defend myself, and maybe I can do some of the, what I can say, calculations based on the calories, that how much, as you can see I'm little thin. So although if I'll eat ice cream, nothing will happen to me. So based on the calculation, I can probably eat some of the time. So yeah, that will be the way of defending myself for eating healthy foods. Thank you.
Now we will have 1 minute of silence. So our third speaker is Sneha.
I'm never able to do this. Flip. Unflip. Yeah, thank you.
And the topic for you is, Sneha, your resolution is to eat healthy this year, but your fridge is full of ice cream. How do you defend your bright future?
Again.
Your resolution is to eat healthy this year, but your fridge is full of ice cream. How do you defend your bright future? Just think.
Thank you, Contest Master. Dear Toastmasters and guests, I think this topic resonates really well with me because I'm kind of always a health freak. And I'm always like, trying to be mindful of what I eat and everything. And it's also like a resolution that I've made quite recently that what I would do is when I'm out, I would just eat just to give the other person company, or I would just eat because somebody has offered and that person has probably taken the effort to cook something for me or probably buy something for me. But this year, my resolution is that no, avoid temptation at all costs, no matter what is in front of me, no matter how close my relationship is with the person or how much I want to please the other person, my answer is going to be no. So even with a fridge stacked with ice creams, maybe in my favorite flavor of vanilla, which is pretty plain, but I would not give in to temptation. I think I would let it rot over there. Or probably invite my friends and they can have a ball eating the ice creams and have a party at it. But I would avoid temptation at all costs. And I would avoid the ice creams. But probably if I take it in a different sense, I would assume that this ice cream may be like a diety ice cream. So if that is the case, and if I find out that this is like a diet ice cream, then I will have it, but again in very mindful portions. So I think that's what I would do if my ice cream was stacked head to toe. My fridge was stacked head to toe with ice creams, and I didn't want to have the ice creams, and I would stick to my resolutions. Thank you. Over to you, Constance.
Now we have a minute of silence. Okay, now I will request our fourth table of speakers to come on the stage. So, topic for Bulbul is your resolution is to eat healthy this year, but your fridge is full of ice cream. How do you defend your bright future? Once more, your resolution is to eat healthy this year, but your fridge is full of ice cream. How do you defend your bright future to Bulbul?
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Have you ever wake up and just think and just make excuse to eat something unhealthy?
Yes.
Every one of us, right? So my fridge is actually full of homemade ice cream, the Biscoff ice cream, which my mother-in-law cooks amazing. Okay. So, and that is full of fat. It has cream on it, it has milk on it, sugar, Biscoff, which is full of sugar. But we love that ice cream, and every night we just watch movie, try to eat it. My child just put everything in his face. So this year, I thought of taking a resolution that, okay, this year onwards, I'll cook healthy and I will start eating healthy. But life has its own plan, right? Every day I wake up, I think of having like healthy food. I am a big fan of Instagram. So I just save reels, which is teaching how to cook healthy food. So I discovered that one ice cream which we can make using paneer, and instead of sugar, you can use jaggery with it. So with that, I was able to survive with my New Year resolutions without sacrificing my ice cream habit. Thank you so much.
Now we will have 1 minute of silence. Now we will have about the table topic. Speaker already. Please come on. Okay. Prinshu, your topic is your resolution is to eat healthy this year, but your fridge is full of ice cream. How do you defend your bright future? Your resolution is to eat healthy this year, but your fridge is full of ice cream. How do you defend your bright future to Prinshu?
Good evening, everyone. So, the topic is how I define my future if my fridge is full of ice creams. Ice creams means sweet, cold, a lot of good dopamine hit from where we get. But when I have a lot of ice creams in my fridge, I would call my friends whose resolution is to eat a lot of ice creams, sweet and cold, and enjoy the life that they didn't have too much. I'll call my neighbors, I will call my relatives to engage and love to eat, who loves to eat and make a grand night that night, and will love to enjoy with them all and defend my bright future by this. The one thing I would do is dance with them, enjoy that night, and tell my stories, listen their stories, and would cherish that moments with the help of ice creams, but that with defending my own bright future. Thank you.
Now we will have 1 minute of silence. Now, I would like to call the last pivot speaker of the day, Sampreet, on the stage. Sampreet, your topic is your resolution is to eat healthy this year, but your fridge is full of ice cream. How do you define your bright future? Your resolution is to eat healthy this year, but your fridge is full of ice cream. How do you defend your bright future? Still Sampreet.
Good evening, everyone. I think this challenge is very easy for me because I haven't eaten ice cream since 2 years. Yeah. So I feel like, okay, to gain something, you have to sacrifice something. To stay healthy, I feel you have to eat healthy. So I believe in that. So when my New Year resolution back in 2021, yes, I thought of staying healthy and stick to my fitness. From there, I stick to that plan and I haven't eaten. At least I have reduced the food which has added sugar products, and that includes ice cream. I like eating ice cream, but I have sacrificed that. Maybe I will eat with a special person in future. I don't know. So yeah, that's all. That is, I have right now that those are my thoughts on this topic. Thanks.
Guys, I'm shocked. How can someone say no to a fridge full of ice cream? But I don't worry. I have about my bright future because I'm at the bright ones.
Thank you very much, Contest Master, Toastmaster Abhishek, and congratulations to all the 6 speakers. You all have successfully told us how to avoid a fridge full of ice cream, but this is the reason I don't take New Year resolutions at all. Don't make such resolutions which will force you to avoid ice creams for sure. Nevertheless, that was a great contest. Let's give it up for everyone. It's now time to listen to how well our path-breaking speaker today, Toastmaster Mani Kumar, delivered his speech. So I'd like to call upon our evaluator for this evening in Toastmaster Prashant TK.
They say find your heroes. Today we saw a hero making on the stage who was actually already a hero by the time he realized what does it take to become a public speaker. He beautifully crafted in his own words the challenges, the struggles, and the achievements which he went through over the last 3 to 4 years. Mani, let me first congratulate you on a fantastic speech and met the objectives, and congratulations for that. Thank you. Let me break down the speech evaluation into 2 segments. The things which are absolutely loved as an evaluator, and I'm sure as an audience will love. I think the first is that the analogy he brought in was very clear. Right? I'm not a person who's ever watched Bahubali movie, but I could actually connect to what he talked about. Right? He said how the different phases of his life went through, the challenges he went through, and he connected that to different aspects of learning. And I think that's very commendable to say that at each phase, he had something which was unique, something which was different, but he overcame it. But in the process, he also brought in characters. He brought in people who helped him shape that maneuver, shape that journey, because it's just not a journey, you take it, you take the journey together. So beautifully done on that front. 4 C's, okay? I love the 4 C's, the clarity, the creativity, the confidence, and the comedy he brought in. Every aspect of that, I love the creativity that he made us sing. Not everybody would like to try in a pathbreaker speech something to sing on the stage, right? He was confident, he was clear, he articulated the things which he went through very clearly. And that shows how much he has scaled up over the last 3 to 4 years to be a confident speaker. Thank you very much. The third part, his journey, not just as a speaker, but also as a leader. If you heard him at different pockets, he brought in to say that his mentors, his guides, his supporters also helped him shape up to take up certain aspects of leadership role, because it helps you who you become over a period of time. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Money. Let me be very, very critical about this speech right now. The 3 aspects which we talked about as the strengths, let me give you 2 challenges to take this speech to the next level. First, this speech to me was a bit of transactional. There were phases, there were lessons learned, and there were objectives which are clear. I want you to take it to a transformative level, which is bring in the aspects of the absolute 3 struggles which you had, and how did you overcome it? How did you can give a message to this group of people? How can you give something to the members of Toastmasters, of Bright Hearts, and to the rest of the world? The 3 things which made you different from the day one when you started to the day when you're delivering your final speech. Transactions are great because we know the phases, we know the stages, we know what happens at that moment. But transformative is what tells you the insights of what it takes to be a confident speaker. I think if you fine-tune that, the elevation of this speech can absolutely take you to the next level. So in summary, there were fantastic aspects which we heard. We had funs, we had laughters, we had learnings, and we saw different stages of what money go through. He absolutely nailed it. But changing that speech from a transactional to transformation will what make you a superhero in making. Thank you very much, and best of luck for your future speech.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Prashant, for sharing those insights, which will surely benefit our speaker in Toastmaster Money. Ladies and gentlemen, it's also now time that you provide your feedback to Toastmaster Money. So please use the speaker voting form, which is bit.ly/BHTM-vote1. Please use this link and share your feedback on Money's speech. Where are the certificates?
Yeah,
Only in this table. One minute.
We are at 4 responses. We have at least 15 responses or more. So please continue voting. After which we'll move to the next voting URL.
We've got 9 responses so far. Could we have a few more? All right. 30. All right, we are at 15 responses. Now we'll choose the best table topic speaker and provide some feedback on the meeting overall. So the URL for that remains almost the same, bit.ly/BHTM vote 2. Switch over the URL and vote for the best table topic speaker as well as feedback.
If they give or not, because some of them are in there, no? So if they give, then it will be.
Let's not break our head too much. Can vote for themselves. We'll wait for a few more responses. All right, we've got 15 responses. For the ones who are voting, you may continue to do so and submit your vote. We'll move on in the interest of already overshot time. We'll move on to the closing segment and the announcement of winners. I just want to quickly remind everybody, in case you did not answer that final question on mentorship yet, please do so and submit your responses, because we're really looking forward to receive all the responses. We'll share the same with you. Because today was about finding the bright road ahead. I'm sure through goal settings, we are on our way to find that bright road ahead. I'd like to leave you with only this. Very early on in my career, I learned one important thing, that you can have objectives, you can have mentors, you can have the right set of people, the right courses to do, you can be in the right team. You can do all of it, but these are only catalysts to put you on the bright road ahead. You'd only be successful if you acted upon all these resources that you got. So for all the goals that you set, we are here to help you in your journey. But end of the day, it is you who has to act and make sure you define your bright road ahead. Hopeful that all of you will act on your goal. I'd like to thank you for being a fantastic audience and pass it on to the person whose bright road ahead this time is to run a half marathon at record-breaking time of 1 hour 50 minutes. Please help me welcome our club president, Toastmaster Akshay Abraham.
Lovely. And here we are at the end of meeting 17. We have almost found the bright road, just took 25 minutes extra. As our VP Ed is processing the results for the table topics contest, and as we are severely running short of time, I'll breeze through announcements. The first announcement is pertaining to the Club Officers Training Program. On February 1st, 2025 at the Infosys campus in Electronic City, we're going to be having the COTP. For Bright Hearts officers and associates, this is a defining moment, because this is going to be your first in-person Club Officers Training Program. So please plan in advance. It's going to be a wonderful opportunity to network, mingle with other clubs, and show everyone, especially HSR Toastmasters, that we are better. The second announcement is that next week, next Saturday, in fact, Infosys Toastmasters is going to be celebrating its 1000th meeting. 1000 meetings. In honor of the 1000 meeting, there is a huge gala event planned. in the interest of time, details of that event will be shared on WhatsApp later this week. Arna will be one of the members of our club attending this event. So definitely, if members, definitely if people want to attend this event, highly encourage you to do so. We have a speech marathon coming up soon. Next week, right? So, and the slots will open on Monday. Monday, we're going to have how many speech slots open? Let's go with 8 speech slots opening up on Monday. So if folks want to fix that speech itch, now is the time to vote, because it has been a while since we've done several speeches in that length. On that note, I believe we do have our results ready as well. Once again, before I announce the results, a huge congratulations to all the participants who participated today. All of you did a wonderful job, but there can be only one, of course, one winner. Huge congratulations to Sean, who through thick and thin took your first role as a timer, excelled, and did your induction as well. Congratulations. Welcome to the family. You hit the ground running, right? Being a timer for a meeting as crucial as this. Congratulations. Once again, a huge thank you to distinguished Toastmaster Ramlal sir, who really captivated us with his beautiful, beautiful keynote speech. We are definitely going to get to chat with him a bit more while we take our photo. But in the interest of time, let's end this meeting by announcing the winner of the Table Topics contest of meeting 17 of Bright Hearts Toastmasters. The winner is Bright Heart Usha Kumari. Now, this is where it's very important to kind of dissect, go into the details of why Usha may have won, right? Here's what I think, Usha. I think when it comes to Table Topics contests or any contest of that matter, you got to think outside the box, right? You immediately didn't present a 0 or a 1. You presented balance, right? You can stay fit, but you can enjoy your ice cream with nuts, which I liked, and chocolate and hot chocolate, right? So have the best of both worlds. Anything in moderation is great. I think it's that which probably helped you stand out from everyone else in the competition. It was a tough competition. The VP Ed can attest to that, but you are the champion and you are standing strong. Congratulations! Thank you so much. On that note, it's sharp 7. We are 30 minutes delayed. We apologize on behalf of everyone in the executive committee. We'll make sure to fix this next week because we have to do things not in a delayed way, in a right way, because the right way is the right way. And with that, we close meeting 17.